Trey Rorschach, and welcome back to the channel. So, something a little bit different for you today, and is my journey into 3D printing. Over a year ago, I started printing a couple of small things, getting used to using the software, and editing STL files and things like that. One of my next steps is actually creating some of my own STL files that I can then get copyrighted and then sell on in the future. So for today's video, I've got an STL file of a Mortal Kombat character that I downloaded off Etsy, and I'm just going to show you how to edit it, because when you open a file like this, it just kind of comes like this. So first thing I'm going to do is get rid of the base. I'm going to deselect all here, put the base, and get rid of the base because I already edited a base off camera, so I know what scale I want to use. So I know the biggest base I could fit on this build plate. If I go here, you can see how much volume you have. So what I want to do here is potentially see how many of these items will fit inside this area here. So I'm going to click select all, and I'm going to go to scale, and I'm going to click 90 in the X axis. Now you can see here I've got lock ratio on, so all the dimensions across all the axes actually change the same, so you don't get any distorted sort of figures here. You can also click scale to fit, but I prefer to do it this way because you can make minor adjustments here and fit it on the build plate. So next I'm going to click the move button here and deselect all. I'm just going to move a couple of things out of the way so we can see what we have here. There we go. So the question is here, I've got a pre-built head face here, hair, and a face here. Do I need those items? No. I think for this project we're gonna take the head and get rid of it, and we're gonna take that and get rid of that also. So here we have a full left arm and a full right arm. So let's get rid of the smaller bits. And now we have pretty much a full model to mess around with. So I'm just going to click select all here and go to rotate, and on the X axis I'm just going to hit 90 and put them all up straight like so. And as you can see now, it's pretty simply laid out. Let's deselect all, something I forget to do quite regularly. There we are, the arms the right way around there, the legs. So how much can we fit on this build plate? That's a very good question. So if I go here, we can definitely get both legs in. So you don't want the legs to be too close to the edge because you need room for the supports. So I'm going to put these two roughly, I think roughly there should be good. I'm going to pull the torso in on the edge here like so. Maybe pull it left a little bit more like so. I think I might be able to get all these pieces in one sitting here. Bear with me, it may take some time. So bring that in around about there. That's pretty good. So what we gotta do now is decide how much volume we got left to play with. So if I pull that forward a bit more, pull the head, it's going to be a little more difficult to fit that in. So let's move that out. Put Sindel in there, like so. Then what we'll do, we'll raise this up enough that it sits in the air there, like so. And as you can see, it's a bit like a game of Tetris. Can I fill this block here? So we have the arms left. So potentially the arm could, oh, that's going to get molded to it there. So that's, see, because it's so close, there is a risk. There is a risk it doesn't work there. See, it's very difficult to get everything to fit in. So what I might do here is I might just take the legs away like so. I might just move the arm up here underneath Sindel, above the other piece, move the other arm in. I think the other arm could just sit down by here on its own actually. I think Sindel can come forward a little bit, maybe a little bit to the left, like so. And what I'll do then, yeah, I'll do that. So I'll take these pieces and I'll delete them, and I'll come back and print the legs and her little garment another time. So you can see I've got over 50% of the project on the build plate there. So what I want to go over next is a few of these tools up top. Now, open file, save file, and record, undo and redo, pretty self-explanatory. Same as copy. If I wanted to scale this down and copy it and print to, that's how I'd do that. You've got the auto layout feature here as well, so instead of me doing all this layout, I could do an auto layout and it'd lay it out for me in the best fashion. I may do another video on that, maybe the same project, and see how it turns out. The hollow out factor, if I wanted to hollow out the insides of this project to save on resin, that's the tool I'd be using. The dig hole factor would match the hollow tool, so you dig a hole so the resin would be able to drain out during the print, and the repair tool is pretty self-explanatory. The only thing to do next is select all, go up to supports, and this is where you edit all your support details. So I could go in and add supports manually, just go around clicking everywhere. I could change the thickness at the top, the middle, bottom, and the raft. As you can see, like you can make it all thicker or things like that. The only thing I really do is I click all and I just add the supports, and if there's a dodgy support, I select the support and delete it or edit it here. You can use this to remove all and start again as well, so let's just do that. As you can see, there's pretty well supported the entire structure there. I'm pretty happy with that. There's nothing overhanging off the base plate or nothing. Probably could have pulled it back a little bit, but hey, might have not got in the project then. So all I'm gonna do now is quickly go backwards. Now I've got all of that set up. I'd usually go into settings here and change the lift speed and the exposure time to the UV light and all that stuff, but I've previously set up the settings on about 10 or 15 little prints I've done over the past year. So all I've really got to do now is go here and click on slice. So I'm going to click yes here because I think it's just one or two little supports and that bit just won't get printed. So yeah, I'm going to click yes there. And that is basically it. All I've got to do then is click save it to my file explorer, and then open it on a flash drive and put that flash drive into the Elegoo printer then, and then it'll print it probably in a couple of hours. I say a couple of hours, in a few hours. The average print time at the moment is anywhere between 5 and 16 hours. So the only thing I will go over before I go is this little bar here. So, and the stats at the bottom. So this little bar here, if you pull it all the way to the bottom, you'll see there's the base supports. And if you slowly slide it up, you'll see how each layer is going to turn out. So I'm just looking here to see where it goes off the build plate, and it's gotta be the ground supports. Yeah, there we are. This little selection at the bottom is just your exposure time is how long each layer is under UV light, and the lift speeds and retraction speeds is how fast it's moving, so how quick it's going to print. I have sped mine up a little bit. They started off at about 120 and 160, so I sped them up a bit and I cut a good few hours off each print. So that will be all for this video. If this helped you in any way, please like and subscribe for future videos, and I'll catch you in the next one.